Hello everyone, this is Eagle Owl. On this video I want to focus on important firearms to have for a person who is a prepper or survival minded. So this is just a focus on firearms in relation to security and being prepared. This is not designed for a person that just loves collecting all different types of guns and is just, for other reasons. I want to start by saying I'm a firm believer in the concept of keep it simple or keep it simple, stupid. When you get things too complex, it becomes more trouble than it's worth. And let me explain. If you have a collection of firearms for preparedness, you don't want to have 17 firearms and each one accepts a different type of ammo, a different caliber. And so now when you're stocking up on ammo, you want to stock 8-10 boxes of this one obscure ammo that only works for this one gun, and then 8 or 10 boxes for only this gun in the corner and only that gun. It gets too complex, it gets too complicated, and it's not very practical. And then you have to stock a lot more ammo because every ammo you stock is only working for like one firearm. So I believe in keeping it simple. I believe in maybe focuses on maybe 3 to 5 different calibers or types of ammo, maybe 3 to 5. For me, that's a good spectrum to be in. For someone else, I mean, it could vary. This is all subjective. So like some of the ones that I feel are good to have is one is a 22 LR, 22 long rifle. And I'm going to plead my case. A lot of people will go, well, that is very small. It's not very effective. It just makes a person angry, which is a big lie. Millions of people have been killed by a 22 rifle. One thing about a 22 long rifle caliber is it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's super cheap. It's lightweight, so you can carry a lot of rounds on you without it weighing very much, without it taking up much space. 22 rifle is excellent for hunting small to borderline medium-sized game. By medium, I mean like maybe as big as a wolf or something. So 22 is extremely versatile. And like I said, it's very lightweight, takes up very minimal space, it's very cheap, and so many firearms can be purchased in that caliber. You can stock 1 or 2 pistols in 22 rifle, and you can stock a couple rifles in it, and you're good to go. So that's one that I recommend as far as caliber. Another one is 9mm. For me, 9mm is personally like a staple caliber. Like that's a starting point. And then people will also try to act real macho, and they'll bring up the point that 9mm, you got to be a real man. You got to carry a 45 or a 50 caliber. They're just showing off. They're just showing their ignorance, and they're just trying too hard to be macho. But 9mm is the most common handgun round. It's also relatively budget price, relatively lightweight, and it don't take up a lot of space. The military has used 9mm forever. All the gun stores, all your places like your Walmart and stuff, they're always stocking it. So it's so easy to find. It's a proven round. A lot of special ops teams still use a 9mm as their main caliber. So I think that's a beneficial one to have. Also, you can get some rifles, or what they call carbines, in 9mm. And so if you're trying to keep it simplified, and if your budget ain't real big, you can just have, if you're very limited, you can do a 9mm handgun and a 9mm carbine, which is a rifle. Now you can take longer shots, you can do a real high capacity, and you can have a handgun for easy carry and for close quarters, and they can both accept a 9. So that's something to consider. Another good ones to have is 12 gauge shotgun. That's just a given. First of all, a shotgun is, for most people, it's extremely intimidating. For relatively close range, shotgun is a very good defense tool to have. I don't have to explain why. It's just so powerful. At close range, it almost cuts a person in half. Plus, shotgun is also good for hunting. When you're trying to hunt big game, shotgun, you know, you can use the defense rounds for when it comes to people who are a threat, and you can use hunting rounds for big game. So I think 12 gauge is an important thing to have, a shotgun. You can debate whether to go semi-auto or pump. I have a pump, and it's a high capacity pump. You don't really have to worry about it, the so-called negative effects of a semi-auto, if you're not in a dirty field fighting a war in the trenches. Like people say, well, a semi-auto could malfunction or jam up. But in a real-world scenario where you're not fighting in the middle of a field as part of a military unit, you don't have to worry about the fact that it's a semi-auto or getting dirt in it or whatnot. But you know, also semi-autos are more expensive. So 9mm, 22, 12 gauge, those are some of the big ones. If you're going to have a high capacity defense rifle, which some people use the slang term assault rifle, that's another story. Obviously the two big ones are AR-15 and AK-47. One's a heavier bullet, takes up more space, but the ammo's cheap. Other's a lighter bullet. You can make arguments. There's people in both camps. Some people swear by the AR and some swear by the AK. Either one will do fine for you. Cool thing about that for defense is they hold so many rounds. The clips / magazines are so cheap, so you can keep 6, 8, 10 spare mags fully loaded. So that's recommended, a good quality one to have too. When it comes to handguns, I think it's a good idea to have a full-size, high-capacity handgun, and I also think it's a good idea to have a pretty compact handgun, depending on your needs. It's not always practical to lug a big, heavy handgun around everywhere you go, and plus sometimes you might need to be more discreet. So that's some of my thoughts on important firearms to have, and also ammo for emergency and prepper needs. When it comes to ammo, like I said, I would not stock like one box of ammo. That's silly. Everyone's going to argue how much is enough, but it's not one box. You know, it's many boxes. See if I can think of anything else. I'm not going into brand names of guns. Everyone has their own personal preferences. But those are the calibers and the type of guns that I feel are important. Having one rifle that is got a really long barrel and a quality scope on it, I think is also very beneficial to keep in your collection also. It kind of goes without saying why. But anyway, this is Eagle Owl. I hope to have more videos coming soon on firearms related topics, and I'm going into a few different topics. Firearms, politics, social things, workout. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.